Shout out to American Powertrain and Josh over there. I'll put his contact information in here. So if anybody is looking for anything, they can reach out to Josh Farley. But this is what I have received from American Powertrain. I actually got an entire kit, and we're going to go through the unboxing of the entire kit. But this is a TKX 5-speed transmission with the 0.68 overdrive. And let's get into what everything that came with it. All right, just a little bit of background. At the 2023 C10 Nationals, I was walking through the vendors area, and I stopped and I talked with Josh Farley at American Powertrain, and we discussed transmission options and stuff, and I got his card. Later on, I reached out and he put together a quote, and I again saw him this past year at the C10 Nats. And I talked with him a little bit, and I reached out to him and put in the order for this kit. I told him what I was doing, what I wanted, and everything. Real quick turnaround, I ordered it, and I had the transmission here in 1 week. Complete kit. We're going to go through and see everything that comes in the kit. So anybody looking, this is the complete kit for the C10, and they break it down for the different vehicles. Whatever you need, if you need a cross member, which I did not, they can put that in the kit. And their kits come with the drive shaft. So once I get it installed and get the vehicle weight on the wheels, I take some measurements, and the paperwork has a worksheet for it. I take some measurements, send it in, they'll manufacture a drive shaft and get it sent out to me. So let's get into this unboxing. So it came with 4 boxes. You got the big box that the transmission is in. Josh also sent me the sign, which is going to go up in the shop. I'm in the garage on the house right now because I've got the front end on the truck pulled apart, and there's not a lot of room to do stuff, so I'm doing it in the garage. But he sent me that sign that's going to be going up in the shop, so you'll be seeing that in the background from time to time. So in this box we get the clutch, and just a standard 11-inch clutch. Came with an alignment tool. I'm going to be buying a metal one because I've seen where people have had issues. 11-inch clutch, the alignment tool, and according to this, that's all that's in there. Nice setup. And I'll tell you, doing these LS's, looking around, clutches for these LS motors are not cheap. Okay. So we got the clutch, and I'm guessing this is the flywheel. I was leaning towards going with the LS motor. I wasn't 100% sure. When I talked to Josh to order this, I had to decide, so we will be going with the LS. And then got the 6-bolt flywheel to go with it. I believe it's 168 tooth. Standard flywheel to go on the back of that LS. So that's one box. You got a complete clutch assembly. So let's get this one out of the way. We got all the paperwork. I did order the hydraulic clutch pedal assembly for the truck. Got .4 brake fluid, I'm guessing for the hydraulics. AutoZone brand, so you know you can get it anywhere. And then we got the aluminum bell housing for the back of the LS. So that's pretty light too. This will probably get a good coat of paint on it before final assembly. All this stuff back up in there. I opened up these boxes when I received them and just kind of looked to make sure it looked like everything was there, because I wasn't going to have an opportunity to do the unboxing right away. But this box, it's got the meat and potatoes of everything. He sent me a whole bunch of stickers. Oh, in with the transmission was the hardware for bolting the shift handle to the shifter, which was pre-installed. So that came in with the transmission. So got the 6-speed or the 5-speed American Powertrain shifter or shift handle. We got the pressure plate bolts. Got a polyurethane American Powertrain transmission mount, and the bolts for anchor or bolting that to the frame. Got a shift handle. I don't know if this is the one I'm going to end up using. We'll see. I may, once I get everything set up, I may need to do something slightly different, but I've got one to at least base off of it or figure out what I'm going to need. Got the bolts for mounting the transmission mount to the transmission. Got the hardware for mounting the transmission to the bell housing. Got the flywheel bolts. Here. Came with the bolts to mount the bell housing to the back of the block. This transmission is set up right now for electronic speedometer, but it came with the mechanical speedometer components if I'm going to go that route. So it came with the gear and the O-rings and then the actual speedometer housing. It's got a blank off plug in it right now. I've got the electronic speedometer pigtail to go into the sensor on there. The reverse light pigtail. There's a neutral safety switch built into it. It's on the other side of the transmission, and I got the pigtail for that. Got a bag of O-rings. I'm not sure what those are for. And the pilot bearing, which is actually a roller bearing. So all that in there. And like I said, this has got everything that you need to install this transmission. Got a shift boot, a leather shift boot for putting on the floor. And it came with 6 bottles of transmission fluid, so I'm guessing 3 of them are going to be for breaking in, and the other 3 are going to be for permanent, so it has to be broke in for 500 miles. I'll have to contact Josh and find out which one's for which, but I've got the transmission fluid that it'll need. And then we got in here, I got the hydraulic throwout bearing, which will go on the front of the engine. And then I got a pack with the shims, and then the one of the bolts that has to come out, and you have to put a stud type pin on it. I had to do that on my 67. So it's got a stud type pin that you screw in and torque down, and that keeps the, there's a finger on there, it keeps the throwout bearing from spinning. So you got that. And then I also got the underdash hydraulic clutch assembly. The truck was originally 3 on the tree, and years ago I converted it over to an automatic, and I removed the clutch pedal. Don't know whatever happened to it, probably went in the trash, so I was going to have to look for one, and then I saw that they were making these, so that alleviates me from having to do it. And this is complete hydraulic setup. On the 67 when I did it, I used American Powertrain's hydraulic master cylinder that bolts on the outside of the firewall. This is all self-contained. The only thing that will be under the dash or outside is a reservoir. Came with the 3AN hose to run from the master cylinder down to the hydraulic throwout bearing. And then it came with an aluminum reservoir for the hydraulic or the brake fluid that will mount. I'll mount this outside the firewall or outside in the engine compartment just for easy access, but it's a nice setup. So again, complete kit. The transmission, because it doesn't, I didn't get a slip yoke with it, that'll come whenever I get the drive shaft. They have a plastic cap that goes in the back, and it's actually got teeth inside of it that spline to the output shaft, but it also has a seal surface, so you could put transmission fluid in this and not worry about it leaking out. And you can also rotate it as you're trying to put the clutch in. Or put the transmission in to get your splines lined up. So that's a pretty neat little thing, and it also protects the seal on the back of the transmission. But again, Josh Farley, American Powertrain, give him a call if you're looking to set one of these up, and he will get back to you if he doesn't answer the phone, and he gets back if he's on the other line and you leave a message. I think the longest I waited was like 15 minutes for him to get back to me. He's very quick at getting back to you. He knows what he's doing. He knows these transmissions. He'll put a kit together that'll get you everything that you need. So stand by. Down the road, we will be bolting this to my mock-up block, which is a 5.3. We'll be bolting this up and setting it down in the frame just to make sure I've got everything's going to line up. And then I'll be getting the frame ready for prime and getting it all put back together and ready for the C10 Nats. So if you're looking to go to the C10 Nats this year in Nashville, it's October 3rd and 4th, 2025. Look for me, because my frame's going to be there, and very well this might be sitting in there. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications for future videos. I got several that are going to be coming out soon, and I hope you enjoyed it.